I had a coil fitted and I used to have heavy bleeding every month, and I went for a routine coil check, and I thought that the heavy periods I had were due to the coil. When I went for a coil check, the strings had disappeared, so I was sent for an ultrasound scan, and then they found that I had large fibroids causing the bleeding. So on the scan they found 3 very large fibroids and multiple small ones. I was told it was possible I wouldn't be able to have children, but I opted to have a surgery to remove the large fibroids, and I then had complications afterwards and thought I was going to have a hysterectomy, but in fact in the end I managed not to. So my husband and I started trying to conceive a baby, which proved difficult. We had 1 unsuccessful IVF cycle, and then I conceived naturally. We're very excited. Unfortunately, I had a miscarriage with that baby, and then had a lot of problems with bleeding afterwards. So I bleed sort of continuously every day, and then have huge hemorrhages from time to time, which caused me to be admitted to hospital through A&E. And it turned out to be that more of the fibroids had grown, which was causing the bleeding. The first big bleed I had, I was at the hairdresser's, and she'd just finished cutting my hair, and we looked down and there was a huge pool of blood on the floor, which was very embarrassing and very off-putting for the hairdresser as well. And I would be bleeding at work as well. I'd have to go and sit in the loo while the blood just poured out of me, which made day-to-day life very difficult. So after 4 months of bleeding, I went to see a gynaecologist who recommended a treatment to control the bleeding, which worked like magic. Within 2 days, the bleeding had stopped. And 2 months after that, we had another IVF cycle and conceived a child, our baby boy. Other women who are suffering with heavy periods or bleeding, I would get it checked out, and don't be fobbed off. Don't be told you just have to put up with it. It's really important to persevere and get the help you need. If I hadn't sort of kept going, then I wouldn't have a baby now.